No, I wanted to jump on here and just say a quick hi and just talk to you for a little minute about the laws of the universe and physics and how everything changes when we begin to live within, in collaboration with those laws. Just everything starts to work in the flow when we stop thinking that we can do everything on our own, when we stop thinking, oh, I'm going to manifest that and become an entrepreneur when we don't have that archetype. So, like, we get to learn about ourselves through archetypes and how to work in collaboration with the laws so that we can live in the flow. And one of the ways that we block this is we don't listen to our body. We're so busy looking out there and reacting to how the world is telling us everything is, and looking after people and doing things for others and putting their views first, and spending all of our time putting our energy into things, in people and other things and stuff, and collecting stuff and precious time into all of those things that are not necessarily feeding our soul. They're not necessarily healthy for us. Time to be with oneself, time to learn about oneself, to see our patterns, to see what's not working, and to develop stamina and resilience and self-confidence enough to be able to then speak and say how we feel and say no, or say, well, I'm not sure about that. I need a bit more time to just make my own decision because I've made that mistake in the past and I don't want to get it wrong this time. So what happens when we start really putting in the time and the contemplation, really, what we do is we build stamina and resilience, and it's almost like we earn it, like we're earning that time. We're giving ourselves the time to build ourselves, trust, faith. When we start doing that, the laws of physics, the universe, start giving back to us. It's never going to be in alignment and support us if we don't get into alignment and support ourselves. It's almost like, when we start to see things, synchronicities of things, people coming into our life, that's all the work of the divine and the universe and physics and the natural laws. It's all that, and it's fantastic when it starts to flow. And we get to see what is it that we're doing by blocking the flow. It's about telling the truth. It's about learning our patterns. It's about figuring it out. And things will never get easier whilst ever we believe we've got it all under control, because we don't. Yes, we get to take back control of our life, but we can never do it on our own. The only way we can do it is in alignment with the laws. So it's hard. It's hard because we spend so many years, everybody else going into a family, everybody else is telling us how we should be. We're looking for a career, which then defines us, or so we believe it does, and it's like, no, like, we get to figure it out for ourselves. We don't have to have one career in this life. We can have 2 or 3 careers in this life. We can do whatever we want. We don't have to limit ourselves. There's new opportunities opening up every day. We are intuiting things every day. That voice, that intuition, that sense in our body that tells us to, okay, it's time to stop eating meat. Okay, it's time to get out there and start running. It's time to start getting more sleep, every single moment. Are we not intuiting things like this? Yes, we are. And it's time for us to start listening. And I just wanted to jump in here to talk about this, to say, let's get in alignment with the laws of the universe, with all of this wonder that is happening in our energetic field right now. In this moment, we are being guided. Let's stop blocking it. Let's stop thinking we've already got it all figured out, because that is when we make the wrong decisions, when we think we've got it all under control. And what happens is we just build, it just becomes like less and less trust in ourselves and unease. And from unease in the body, after a long period of time, becomes dis-ease. That's how we manifest illness. So let's just stop all of that. Let's come into alignment. Let's take a moment. Let's stop being busy and just practice being. It's not the doing, it's the being. Let's figure out the being, because once we are in a state of integrity, making conscious decisions and choices that are what are right for us primarily, in collaboration with our family and those we love, in collaboration with the laws, then everything comes into flow. And we're living in integrity. And the sooner we can do that, the sooner the world life starts, like it just naturally starts coming to us. So this is what I want to talk about on the 8th of December at the workshop in Paris. We're going to be discussing all of this in detail. It's multi-layered. There are so many ways and avenues to go down with all of this. I just wanted to bring it to you today that essentially what we're talking about is living in alignment with the laws of nature, the universe. And once we are in the flow of that vibration, every decision we make is the right decision. There is no wrong choice. It sounds heavenly, and it is. It is. It takes a level of trust and faith. And it's awesome once we start stepping into this. It's everything. It's our greatest power. It's so empowering. It is our greatest power. I can promise you that. So I'm going to read you a little passage from this amazing book by Caroline Myss, where she says a little bit about this, about faith and trust, and I love it. And then I'm going to love you and leave you. There's lots of elements I could go into about what we're going to talk about in the workshop. I may well be back with some more information, but right now I just want to leave you with this wisdom. When it comes to our inner life, the graces of faith and trust are inseparable, two sides of the same coin. Without faith in yourself, it is impossible to trust yourself. And if you cannot trust yourself, you can never, ever trust another person. You will always be braced for them to disappoint you in some way, because you carry that self-loathing that comes from continually failing yourself. Self-esteem is built with the hard inner labor of earning faith and trust in yourself. One choice, one action at a time. This discipline eventually becomes a devotion. Eventually, the faith and trust you develop in yourself becomes the means through which you find faith and trust in something far greater than yourself, the divine. And the divine is what I'm talking about. It's our atmosphere. We are surrounded by the elements and the laws of physics and nature, and they are only ever waiting for us to meet them vibrationally, be in match with this abundance. We're surrounded by it. It's everywhere. So let's stop blocking it. Come and join me if you can for the workshop. And if you can't, no worries. Next year, I'll probably be having one every season at the Parc Floral. But if you can come, please come. Let's start this conversation. Let's be open to really working in alignment with the laws of the universe, of who we are vibrationally. This is our set point. This is who we get to be. We get to be in integrity, in that vibration for ourselves. And then we can, oh my goodness, we can empower others just as much and shine our light on them. Really, truly. That's what we're here for. All right. Sending you much love.